Okay. Okay, we are live. I'll let some people get in here and just start doing this stuff. So see what happens. Okay. Hmm. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh shit, there's a bunch of people. What up, Tyler? What up, Dangles? What's up, guys? Oh, how was the jam? I've been watching post that. Thomas, dude, Thomas, I felt so bad, dude. The night before I posted that Hoffman EP video, I was like, you need to remember to thank Thomas for the brake plate. And then literally I turned the camera on and my brain went blank. So I just want to say thank you again because I know how hard those are to find. Um, Anybody that's listening, Thomas definitely hooked me up with that recent EP build. If you want to go watch that video. What's up? What's up, Kurt? What's up, guys? Yo, Brazil, what up? How are you guys doing? I just felt bad, Thomas, because I know, dude, that was super generous of you for doing that. And I just, I literally was thinking about it laying in bed the night before. I was like, I have to remember to do this, and I didn't. So I appreciate it. Yo, what up, Joe? How are you doing, buddy? Yep, there's some forklifters. I'm trying to make room over here and trying to move some bikes around. I got to try to get this desk that's over that way over here tonight because I'm hopefully recording a pod Monday afternoon. The whole studio won't be done, but I'm just going to start kind of going for it. So, yeah. My videos 5 a.m. and saw the day ride 97. Yeah, dude, Dave Smith was he's super sick. Hey, I'm going to move this clothing rack and move this bike and move these elk antlers. And yeah, we're just going to kind of start shifting some stuff. You can't see here, I got a ton of videos below me and a bajillion magazines that way. So, and I didn't realize I had like 5 old desktops down here that I need to recycle and just kind of go through and maybe get all the pictures off of them. Okay, that's there. And Kurt, hey, you should hit me up this week. I want to talk to you about a little event that I'm going to try to be doing in February. So you should hit me up so we can chat about it. Who else is in here? What up, CX? What's up, Garage? How you guys doing? The picture seem fine. I think I worked through that kink. I hope so. I hope so. Hopefully, the more I do these videos, the less serial killer my basement looks too. So that would be nice. Because right now, I feel like it's got a real Silence of the Lambs feel. All right, that can go there for right now. Well, I'm down here working too. My lady's upstairs making spaghetti, and it smells so good. So it's kind of driving me nuts, dude. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate you. I did buy a Pib the other day. I was trying to remember to text you a photo, but I was trying to finish that GT show in the shop, which I know Eric probably be watching. That bike fought me tooth and nail, but it turned out pretty darn cool. So yeah. Nice show. SpaghettiOs. We did talk about SpaghettiOs the other day. I used to eat tons of those when I was a kid. Does anybody else out here think that sauce has got a weird flavor to it? You kind of got a weird flavor. I did just post today. One of the things, and I might use it as a future topic, and I know we have a lot of mid-school guys in here, and Joe probably might know what I'm talking about. I did post a edit up today of a good friend of mine named Matt Hobson. I think some of you have probably seen some of the footage and some of my old local footage, but him and a couple of my other buddies that are like 10 years older than me, been going through some footage, trying to make them a little edit, just to, you know, they're dudes that inspired me. And I posted this video of Matt Hobson, and I was having a talk with one of my friends, and we were talking about street riding, but we were talking about how in the 80s, early 90s, you know, we called it street style. And then there was a point where it kind of went from street style to street riding. And, you know, I could go in depth talking about it, but I mean, I do feel like there's a difference between the two. Like being a street styler to being a street rider, if that makes sense to any of you guys. But I posted up that video of my friend Matt, and I feel like that video kind of encompasses just right when that transition is happening from being like kind of a street styler to a street rider. And if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. I think it's most footage is around like 92. And we weren't really ever trying to film. But he definitely was a ripper ahead of his time. I wish we could have filmed. I saw him almost do a wall ride tail whip in like 94. So he's definitely a awesome dude. You know, I wish back then we would have had cameras more. So let me move these antlers, and then I'm going to start moving stuff this way. And then Tyler, we did talk about you want some 90s magazines. I dug out a stack, and let me know about how many magazines you want, and I'll show you some. Yeah, I mean, like the Vic Murphy era. Yeah, like I feel like the Dirt Bros and stuff were almost more street stylers. Like they were just right. It's not that people don't, but it just I feel like it was a little bit different mindset, you know. You want some magazines too? I gotta see which ones I have doubles and stuff of. So, yeah, and the props. More gray hair. Yes, I will. Well, let me move around some of the stuff, and we'll go from there. So. All right, where am I going to put these? Okay, I'm just going to, nope, these are definitely in the way. And I don't know where to put them. All right, I'm going to walk these over here and just get these out of the way. Okay, that's there. $90. Oh, you want year 97 up. Okay. For some reason, I thought you would want around 95. So, okay, that might make it a little easier. So, and if you're new here and just hanging out, say hi to everybody. We're just kind of chilling. I'm just gonna be digging through some stuff. I'll pull some fun stuff up to show you guys, and hopefully I can get this desk over here tonight. And then when I'm doing these, it'll probably be from the desk in the future. So yeah. Okay, let's see what I can do. The Davis Auto Schwinn is literally right there. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's behind the Prototype S&M Hobie Doan. And there's Van Home and Mean Street, my old solid Portlander. I do have, I'm gonna have to move all these too. We got these, Kurt. Never worn. What do you think of those bad boys? Nice and crisp. Okay. So many old computers. I got some Eddie Cleveland ones here too. Some of the Coastals. All right, so I'm gonna pull some stuff over. I'm gonna set it here. As I pull stuff over, I'll just show you guys. We can chat about it. Most of it's BMX stuff. Some of it might be something else. That Schwinn doesn't. That Schwinn is literally Dave's Schwinn. I think it just has animal pegs on it. It was a prototype Davis Auto frame that never came out because Schwinn filed bankruptcy. You want to see Chaser Jay's? I did see the Hall of Fame stuff. I reposted it up on the Snakebite Insta. They do have it there. It's kind of confusing. There's 2 Canadian BMX Hall of Fame YouTubes. One does freestyle, one does racing, because the race guys, I think, were weird about posting. It's like 2025. Why are dudes weird about combining the two? We know the freestyle stuff will generate more traffic to that channel. But there's a YouTube channel and you can go watch those on, your TV or whatever. But if you haven't seen the Jay video or that Chase video, go watch them. And I know there's a Rob Siggety one coming, which is really sick too. Okay. Here's one box of zines. I know we've looked at those. I don't even think it's younger race dudes. I think it's just like some old dudes that are like track operator dudes that there's plenty of race dudes that I ride trails with or skate parks, and it's just like dudes that work the tracks and they just get so weird about it. I mean, it's one of those things like I used to feel like that in like 94, and I'm like, what? Dude, we're all doing the same thing. It's kind of weird. Okay. All right. I'm gonna set these here. What is this magazine? Oh, this is, do you remember 20-inch magazine? I think it was Australian. Oh, I got this weird layout one. Got some of the Slacks and Silence. If there's any guys out there that are just wanting to get a subscription to a magazine, you can go to their website and get these in the mail. Like, it's nice. They show up. They're fun to look at. So, okay. Now here's some 90s magazines. So I got this Dig It Japanese Flatland magazine. I don't know if you guys have seen those. What's this one called? Wheelie BMX Mag. Probably overseas. Argentina. Old BMX racer case. And here's something I pulled out that I thought you'd be into, Tyler, but they're more early 90s. So I'll have to do some And I gotta make sure I have doubles of these. I know I have like doubles of like this Dave Clymer cover at Sheep Hills. This Mike Forney cover. This is 94. Year I graduated high school. Mike Forney's sick. What do we got with this? 1 year you'll be able to make it to Nelson. I mean, yeah, dude. I just like to be able to have money to go somewhere. Do you, Joe? I need to see a photo of that bike, Joe. I'm trying to remember. No, you had the Soul Train when we met. You didn't have a dirt bike. You should send me a photo, email me a photo of that, because I know you don't have an Instagram. Thomas, we have crazy spiders out here, and it is mating season, and there's some of them in my basement, and I guess they're harmless, but we have if you type in like Oregon gigantic house spider, we have those, and they are so fast, and they are about that big around. So here's a circle, and they might be a little bigger, and here's the bottom of a can. They're bigger than the bottom of a can of soda or water. But yeah, we have hella spiders. Yeah, I mean, once I get this desk down here, I can do more sorting stuff. So I'll see if I do, Kurt. It is like we're all in the same cloud. Which magazine? Those BMX Pluses, Tyler? We really don't have. I mean, this is what they say, but Portland really doesn't have hobo spiders. But I know we have hella hobo spiders in Oregon. Yo, what's up, man? How are you doing, O'Malley? We have brown recluses here too. And we have lots of black widows. It is for kids, dude. I don't know if I'm that strong anymore, Kurt. I'm getting old. My Haro Master, I decided this year, because I just turned 49. And honestly, just riding street on that thing, I mean, the frame's cracked right now. And I'm like, I need to go back to a light bike. Not like I've cared about light bikes, but I think I'm just getting to that age where I'm like, street riding is getting harder because I'm not doing it as much. And that heavier frame, my bike right now is like 30 pounds, but it'd be nice to have like a 24-pound bike. Joe, if you're still here, I mean, what do you think? Was there a point when you were riding where you were like, it's not really ramps, it's just street riding? Like, I'm just like, oh, geez, this is getting tough for me, you know? You got some big, are you talking about basic bikes, big city bastards, or spiders? Dude, how's this for a fuzzy cover? Extreme BMX. I've killed a couple rattlesnakes, Kurt. I won't lie. Yeah, I know you guys. I mean, the South has like crazy bugs. I mean, we got bugs up here, but I don't know. You guys got. I feel like you guys got nastier bugs than we do. All right. That's there. Yeah, hopefully I can get this desk set up so next week I can have the desk here. We can do that. And then what I'm going to do behind the desk over here is just kind of make a makeshift wall that I can kind of move. I don't know how I'm going to hook this thing up, but maybe just something that sits here that if I can just move it fairly quick. But you know, it'll look good behind me for the podcast and stuff. Well, you got to start looking harder, Thomas. But I do know Jason and I have talked about just how the plastic on those new Haros bash guards is so hard. It is sometimes uncontrollable when you go ride street. What flat bike are you riding right now, CX? Yeah, I haven't ridden a gyro since I was 14. Here, I'll just tell you my email, Joe. It's just Shad, which is just SHAD 4130 at gmail.com. Send it through. I'll look on my phone. I mean, to be honest, John, like I could be working out. I've gained weight. I mean, this year honestly has been one of the harder years since I've started riding to ride. And it's not necessarily because I haven't wanted to. It's just my parents are getting older and sometimes just I'm over there all the time taking care of them, like when I could be at the gym or I could be riding. And it's really screwed up my normal rhythm. And with me just getting older and not staying on it like that, I feel like I've lost a lot of muscle this year. So I've been trying the past week. Well, either when I get home, I try to, and this makes me sound old, I can't run because my knees are so jacked, but I go and I walk like a mile or two. And the next night I got a weight set down here and I've just been trying to mess with that and try to get back at it. So I need to stay busy this winter or I could see just getting close to 50, like things just kind of falling apart, you know? Kink Royal, 4 pegs, 2 brakes, free coaster. Free coasters are heavy, dude. I just posted up on BMX Museum. I had a Nankai Techno, and those old Nankais, since they are chromoly, dude, they are crazy heavy. And that Hoffman EP I built up had a Nankai, and it made it super, super heavy. I mean, yeah, I was riding, Kurt. I wasn't shredding. I mean, I can ride better than that. I was just, I'm riding, but I'm not riding to the level that I'd like to. And I'm realistic about it when you're getting older. You know, I'm not Dennis McCoy, but you know, I still want to keep riding hard. And I got to lose a little bit of LBs because this is the first time where my weight's gotten to a point where I'm like, I can kind of tell it's all affecting my riding, you know? What's up, Andy? I'm going to run and grab some more mags and move some stuff, but I'll be right back. Okay. I'll set it right there. There's a bunch of skateboard magazines. Ugh. Okay. Whoa. I forgot I had these. This is why I got to organize better down here. I totally forgot I had these. I should have broke those out this summer. I guess those will be for next summer. Put these up here with the Eddie Clevelands and the Edwins. My way next time I feel you, dude. When you went to the Blue Falcon Trail bike, you were still in your 20s, though. I feel like you were, weren't you, Joe? All right. I got to move some toys. I got a bunch of Repop G.I. Joes right here to go with my old ones. Let's set those there. This is definitely up Kurt's alley right here. I gotta see if I have them all. I got some chases, old Canadian magazine, got some treads. I might have one. What's that? Is that issue 1, 3, 4? I have 2 4s. Huh. Looks like I'm missing a tread, but I think I have it somewhere. And then over here, I got a bunch of BMX actions, faction. So I got those. I've almost got this desk cleared off. You know what? Honestly, though, Joe, you know what? Because did you go from the Soul Train to that Blue Falcon? I have a theory too on your bunny hop on that. I'm gonna grab one more stack of mags, and then I'll let you know this theory. So this is a stack. I got a bunch of coverless magazines. And what I usually do with those, so when I send friends stuff, if I have them around, I usually throw a coverless magazine in there because people are still psyched to see an old magazine. Okay, about to be desk moving time, which I'm psyched on. Okay, so I have to take this desk down this tiny hallway, and there's just tons of, well, there's all those frames. It's that desk way back there. So we'll see if we can make it happen. Anyway, Joe, what I was going to say is it's kind of hot down here. That Soul Train you had, those bikes had crazy low bottom brackets, and I wonder if that made it feel weird to bunny hop also. Because I remember that one session we had where you learned handrails downstairs. The Soul Train's bottom bracket was so low that I do remember you grinding bottom bracket, front peg, bottom bracket, back peg, and you never hit both pegs the same time, because that bottom bracket was so low. It was kind of a weird setup on a bike. I'm pretty sure I have all the chases. When I get this desk, I'll be able to sit down and spend some time. I really have no room to sit down here. I just move this desk down here, and it's just here. So I'll have a little more time to like sit down, sort something, pull out one of these boxes, make sure everything's good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I do, but I'll know here soon. But do you remember that, Joe, with the bottom bracket height on that Soul Train? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull this desk through. If you hear a big crash, it's just these frames falling. Okay. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Okay. Move that shit. Oh no, nope. Okay. Okay. Nope. Higher. Oh shit. Oh, I got a spider web in my mouth. Gross. Okay, I don't know what's in front of me. Huh. Oh, I made it. Holy shit. Whew. Okay. Might have to get a better desk eventually. Okay. Huh. What's there any outlets over here? There's right there. Whew. I made it. I made it. Oh, cool. I'll go look at the pics right now. Hold on, I have to hit something back about a bike. Yeah, what time works for you tomorrow? Question mark. I'm free all day, and I can do morning time or evening time? Question mark. Thank you for getting back to me. Okay, I'm gonna go look at it. How's the stream looking for everybody? Because this is just that second one since I tried doing stuff to fix it. So, Joe Johnson, I got it. Oh man, that looks like a ripper. Joe, you need to bring that back from the dead, dude. What do you need, a brake lever and a peg for it? Is that a Peregrine sprocket on it? I forgot about that girl's head tube badge. Joe, are you cool with me sharing this photo with everybody on the screen? Let me know. What was your favorite 80s bike, John? 80s bike. What was my favorite? Probably would have been a GT or a dyno. Probably like an 88 GT dyno Pro Comp or 86 GT World Tour / Pro Performer in Maui blue. And then the 88 dyno would probably be that red color that Volker rode. That was my favorite. John, let me know what yours are. Okay. I don't know if I have a seat. I gotta get a seat. Let me go over here and look. Holy shit. Oh, there's a seat. There's a ton of stuff on it. All right. Pull this out a little. A wall. Oh, we're getting there. What? Do you know who got them? White tires were nice back in the day. It's kind of weird. The white tires in the 80s, I feel like, didn't caramelize as fast as the ones do nowadays. You just those new colored tires, like you ride them for 2 months and they get hard. I mean, they get hard back in the day, but I feel like it'd take a few years. Nowadays, they just get hard so fast right out the box. Like on a modern bike or an older bike, let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to go over here and try to grab something else real quick. Where's this thing? Okay, let's try this. All right, guys, I'm going to unhook this, move it over there, and just see how this feels over there. And you guys can give me your 2 bits. Now, hold on, let me plug this thing back in. Okay. Do I want this up? Maybe I want this part of the table up. Put this way. Okay. Break that thing. All right. So we're like this. Just trying to picture how I'll have this. I think I'm going to push this table a little bit that way. I do have other lights that are going to kind of light up behind me. So it's not going to be so grainy. Let's see what. Like a 75 head tube. I mean, for a modern bike, I mean, those Matias frames, a lot of people, you can do everything on. I mean, flatland's so weird nowadays. Like, I feel like it's like, what type of flatland are you riding? I do feel like the all-around bike back in the day, if you look at a lot of people, what they were riding, kind of everything on, I would say it was a Dyno Detour, Dyno Pro Comp. So, all right, what did I miss? Some messages. Another good, I mean, modern, what is that fit? The fit, what's that fit? The cassette one. There's this one fit that I think would be good too. I'm not going to try to get people to not buy bikes. Kurt, we're going into probably one of the, for the BMX industry, it's getting pretty dark right now. So I think the whole bike, maybe everything. We'll see how everything shakes out this winter. But I'm definitely not going to intimidate anybody from not buying bikes. Yeah, John. I mean, flatland's so weird. It's so kind of all over the place in the way you ride. I know a lot of people are going to bigger bikes because the styles just more spinny and stuff. Where back in the day, the littler bikes, you're doing more step through stuff, more links, kind of more hoppy things. I mean, I'm not a super flatlander, so bear with me. But I mean, it kind of just depends on the way you ride. Yo, Aaron, what's going on, man? How are you? I mean, late 80s, early 90s tricks. So it's kind of like that, rolling decade-ish style. Honestly, probably a good one would be Nori's frame, that new one. Because I think you could ride everything on that. Mixtape. Thank you. Okay, Joe said I can show his bike, but I don't know where my phone went. One sec. All right. Joe, what year? This looks like what? A 93? Who thinks Joe should bring this dirt bike back? Looks like he just needs a front peg, and it looks like upper gyro cable and maybe a lever. I'll hook you up, Joe. Let me know. Let me know what you need. I'll be psyched to see you cruising around on that thing. I think all of Montana needs that. It does have coaster brake tabs. How big do those Trident platform ones go, Dangles? I'm not super familiar with those. I know the Midwest. I do feel like where things are going to go kind of in BMX right now in the next few years is it's going to start feeling like kind of that early to mid 90s where you're going to see a lot more stuff coming from smaller companies. I think we're going to lose a few more big companies. And there's going to be a lot more DIY stuff, which is cool, but it does make things hard when you are running a business. But if you're really just a sicko and you're in the dirt, it does make it for a lot of fun things coming out. I'm not going to say who I think we lose. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put that juju in there. I don't want to lose anybody, man. That's just most time BMXers working, and I don't want anybody to lose a job, especially in today's climate. I don't think Hoffman Bikes is making anything. I know Matt's, ever since he had that car wreck, I think he's just kind of chilling. It would be awesome if, they kind of let the reins go a little and let somebody do some stuff with it to help Matt out and everybody. But, sometimes when it's your baby, you can't do that, Is it? I'm going to have to go look at the Geo on that bike. Yeah, I mean, I was honestly, and I know you were, and I know some people wouldn't care, but I was bummed GT was gone because I did think GT was going totally I just swallowed some dust down here. It's dusty down here. I think GT was going in the total right direction. Where there's some other companies where I feel like they're going in the wrong direction, and that's what might sink them. Kook Bike Co. There's Cute Bike Co. KYOOT. That's ran by a BMXer, but it's like kind of those towny bikes, but with 20-inch wheels. The Colony Prodi has a platform, and they do still make them. Yeah, I think they did 29. I think they did 26-inch run of 26-inch Condors. Tyler, I'm pretty positive. Have you looked at their website? They may have some. I swear they did 26-inch Condors. Yeah, the Condor is such a pretty bike. I think here's the bikes that I have one 24-inch cruiser that I just got. But I do like cruisers, and I like that it keeps people into BMX and it keeps money into BMX. And here's the bikes that I think would sell good with bigger wheels. A 26-inch Condor, I think that would be a pretty bike. I think, and I brought this up, I think a 2-hip Pork in a 26. Got crazy colors. It's kind of a crazy bike. A 2-hip Pork would look cool in a 26. Another bike that I think would do well in a 22 would be REA's frame. I think those 3 bikes would be fun, made a little bit bigger. Oh, did they do that on a few of them? Oh, they did on that 29. Yeah, it is weird that they put them under. I mean, I kind of hate V-brakes. I would rather have cantilevers, to be honest with you, but V-brake, I know you have to have those type of style brakes on some of those bigger wheels, Yeah, the Big Daddy is such an iconic bike, dude. What's the resale market on those Big Daddies? Are they like crazy still just trying to get one of those 2020 ones? They did do a 26. Yeah, somebody find Tyler a link for a 26-inch Condor. I'd love to see somebody build one of those out nice, I love GTs, dude. I grew up a GT dyno kid. I love GT. I think it helped that Josh White and Monty Hill that rode for him. Not as many people know Monty, but everybody knows who Josh White is. But they were both guys from Oregon, so it made me feel like I had a connection. Yeah. So those frames, the last I talked to Ron was when he was up here for Dean's wedding. I think some of you probably saw the photos of him riding my backyard vert ramp. They were in the process of making those repop Wilkerson Airlines. Now these are going to be repop 1-inch ones, so they're supposed to be, fingers crossed, just like the first ones. And then if those go good, Ron said he'll do a batch with changed geo, mid bottom bracket, maybe a little different dropout, and 1 1/8. We'll see. They're getting made by Sal, who welded the first Wilkerson Airlines, welded all the old SE stuff. So We'll see. I should probably text Ron and ask him how it's going. Do they still have condors for sale, the 26-inch ones? No, it's true, John. I mean, I think a lot of us would agree with that, but some people too. Complete bikes do serve a purpose, and some people just want to get that bike and just go on it, and worry about the rest as it comes. But I like building up a bike also. Okay, so this wall is pretty close. I think I'm going to eventually push this way. Let me know what you think. Should this thing be up higher? Should I have like a little block thing for it, like to where it's like this? Is this a little too low, do you think? Sorry that you guys are here while I'm kind of sussing all this out. Oh, did they post? Those look nice. I love a coin roll GT. And hey, Scott, how's it going, buddy? Long time no talk. Oh, what's up, Eric? How's it going? I'm going to go get that Primo Pervert tomorrow or Monday, and I will have it in the mail to you. And he said he's going to look for those baby NARPs, the ones for the cables. But you should, just in case, maybe pop on Flatland Fuel and see if they have some. So just in case I don't have them, you can just snag them. You think I should block it? The angle looks better. Okay, I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to have to find something. But I was kind of thinking that I think it'd be better, kind of like with me looking straight forward at it instead of looking down. Kind of pushes out my double chin that way too. Oh, Tyler, you getting a coin roll? BFC, love you, dude. I miss you too. Uh, you got to come in and ride soon before it rains. Or I should probably go to the coast and try to get some clips of some dudes. You got air in your tires? Well, there's the NARPs. There's those bigger NARPs that come with the Odyssey brakes, so you can adjust your straddle cable. I mean, they're not like the OG ones, but you can kind of mod them into things. But the little gold ones that were like the OG ones, when we were putting that show together for Eric, he has, what bars were they? The Rocky Mountain bars. I'm saying that wrong. There's something mountain. It just those flatland bars with there's a few styles with the super low crossbar, and we're just trying to get the cables out of the way and maybe not have them so kinked up. And yeah, we just need some NARPs for it. Mountaintop fab. Yep. They're not smaller than the regular NARPs though. I was just referring to, I gave him one of the things to adjust your straddle cable that comes with the Odysseys, which still works like a NARP. Dude, we should do Silettes before it rains, which I know is coming. Oh, and Ben, I'm posting up the flyer for the Goods 20th anniversary jam probably on Monday. So look out for that because you should come out for that. I'd be psyched if you were there. Okay, what else do I got this here. So what I think I'm going to do this week is go out and jack a bunch of pallets and just kind of build a pallet wall behind me, shelf it up, put some BMX books, maybe a couple pictures. Maybe I'll get a bike in the picture with me, just so when I do the pods, it doesn't look so street urchin in the background. Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary. I'll tell you what date the jam's going to be, just so you guys know that live up here in the Northwest. So in October 5th, this isn't the jam, but there is a vintage show in Eugene that I'll be at. Oh, hold on. This person's texting me back about a bike. Okay, going back to this. Sorry. So the 5th is a vintage show here at the Eugene track, and I'll be there with Cool Stop, setting up a bunch of stuff to sell. But October 19th, which I know I'm pushing it, we're going to do a jam, and it's going to be at the Centralia skate park. I was originally going to do it at Newburgh, but there's a bunch of drama, and I think we've got to straighten out, but I'm just kind of over it. So we're going to do it at Centralia skate park. And if you're not familiar with that park, it's a Matt Sager built it in the early 2000s, and it's kind of like an X Games, X Trials course. Big box jump. I think me and Ben have ridden that park together. Big spine, 9-foot quarters, 5-foot quarters, 6-foot quarters. There's rails. I think we're going to do a best trick on the box jump and maybe do an under 16 and over 16. And there's this weird cement vert wall, like only thing cement transition there. It's just up a pillar. So I think we'll do the highest carve on that. And yeah, I'm going to go out there maybe the weekend before, try to get a few people go. And, the park's been a little neglected. Go out with some T25 bits and screw guns and kind of get everything going. I have some leftover skate light, maybe patch a few things. So, that's why I have the shop, is to give back, and I'm like, you know what, for the 20th anniversary, we should go up there, give this park a little love, have a jam kind of like we don't get to have in the Northwest, because this is the only park in the Northwest with a box jump. We never have stuff like that. So I think we're going to do it there. The place is plenty big enough. Yeah, so flyer should be up on Monday. I just rambled for a while. Dangles, I did. Yeah, I have a bunch of footage of that comp. I just posted some raw footage from that comp that my friend Twinfin, I think Twin was the one that filmed it. But if you go to Snakebite, there's the vert comp and the street comp I posted up recently. And I think there's some other footage of the Portland comp. I think Bruce had some footage of there that I posted up too, of a bunch of people riding practice. Out there with a 21-inch S&M trail frame. Oh, the Fit Brian Foster. Are you looking for the Brian Foster race frame? Do I have a favorite U-brake? My favorite U-brake, which I can't ride anymore because my tire's just a little too big, would be the old, I think the Sagina ones. They came on a lot of mountain bikes. I have them on a couple of my older bikes. But other than that, I'm fine with the Evo 2.5. I think the Fly ones, I kind of run into a little too many issues with them. So, but the Sagina one and then the Odyssey one second. Kurt, you just come out in your walking boot, dude. You can hang out, help me throw out prizes, holler at people, get a few of the homies, drive out. Let's do it. Yeah, these aren't it's weird. These aren't prefab ramps, but they look like it. And they're skate light. And my buddy Matt, rest in peace. It has wood under it, like 2x6s, but the layering under it is like this hard foam. So it's kind of weird. No 990. You like the ombre? You can get any of them to work. The ombres are great. Yeah. Oh, are they having the jam the same day? Nice. Dude, it is not that far, dude. You come on, Kurt. You live in the middle of Washington. You guys think everything is far, and it's just a few hours. Come on. Come on. Get a few of the dudes, load up the rig, drive out. I think Ends and a few of the dudes are coming down. We're going to have a go at it. It'll be fun. I'm hoping it'll be fun. What's going on in Tulsa on Friday? Oh, another message. Do you just want to reach out to me around 1 or 2 and we can just figure out the exact time and where to meet up? 1 day and 10 hours. Yeah, it's pretty dude, it's far. I think it hold on. Where are you you're still in Ohio, right? Uh, I think it dude, 1 day and how many hours? I feel like it's longer than that, dude. I feel like it's a 2-day drive because uh, when we used to drive to Columbus, it was like I felt like it was a little over 2 days, and yeah, Columbus. Okay, yeah, 'cause, we talked about when I lived in Columbus when I was a little kid. Dude, 1 hour 1 day and 10 hours is being generous, and when you hit the mountains, before Utah, and when you hit the blues in, uh, Northeast Oregon, it's that time of year where they might be getting snow. So, I mean, it'd be sick if you drove out, but it is far. Like, when you get out to Ohio and what they say Midwest to East Coast isn't that far, you know? Uh, shit, me driving to Kurt's house, which he's 1 state away. Kurt, how far what is it, 4.5 hours from Portland to where you live? Um, Portland is Spokane. No, that's farther than that. What is that? 5 hours? 6 hours, yeah. So just 6 hours, and I feel like sometimes it can be longer than that depending on weather and stuff. Because your guys' weather's about to start changing here real quick. And they're saying we're getting a nasty winter this year. So we'll see what's going on. We do have Kurt, if you want to let some dudes know, we do have a little indoor with some ramps. Patty and those guys have been riding it a little. It's called Empire Skate Park. It's kind of little, but it's like 6-foot mini skate light. It, that's what makes it feel longer. You're right. Or I'm not gonna lie. What Pendleton? Is it LeGrand or Pendleton that has the old Perkis Rose Park, the one that's like 5 feet tall at the spine? I really like that park. Dude, they're saying, dude, I always read the Farmer's Almanac, and I was watching something, and it was saying, especially on the East Coast, we're supposed to get it here. Like I think California and Utah and the Southwest are supposed to be warmer than usual, but Pacific Northwest, and then it just drops down, and the whole South is just supposed to get hammered this winter. Um, I mean, and all that can change, but it was saying we were supposed to be like 15 degrees colder than normal, and I was like, okay, all right then, let's do this. Uh, yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy. Like talking to Dangles, like just how big our states are out here, and to drive places, you're like, oh, you're just going 1 state away, and if you're on the back east, you'd be driving through like 4 states just in that distance. Do, do, do. Okay, so we're thinking we block this up. What do you guys think about my pallet idea? Just kind of a pallet wall. I'm gonna have some lights kind of lighting this up. I'm hoping behind me. I'll probably test that out this week before I do the podcast. I mean, I'm not gonna have this wall done before then, so I might try to just hook a couple bikes behind me or something. Do you see all the people, kids, families out in the yards or out playing? Um, I mean, I see kids, up here doing that. Like, uh, honestly, I was just driving home from work. I was trying to hurry. My friend Bill and a few people came by right when we were closing. He was grabbing some breaks. Um, and then I was driving home and I saw 2 kids uh, riding. Well, I think one dude was messing with something on his bike, but these 2 younger kids I'd never seen, they're like 12. One looked like he had a Sabrosa. I'd never seen him before. The other kid maybe had a Fit, but they looked like legit BMX kids, and they were just smashing the neighborhood, and I was hyped. But I see kids playing. I mean, just right on the other side of my block, there's like 7 kids that are always playing in the street, playing basketball and stuff. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like I see that in Portland. I mean, I'm sure, the news makes Portland seem like insanity, but it mainly just kids and people walking around drinking coffee. But uh, yeah, there's plenty of kids that play on the other side of the street, and I was hyped seeing those young kids riding because I do feel like the skate parks and bike parks and everything they got nowadays kind of are corralling people more. Where I like seeing BMX just exploring and roaming, where we're not just put in like little cages sometimes to ride. How about the well, so dangles. So I have the thing, and it wouldn't be here on the live thing. It might be if I start doing live. So I've got everything hooked up. I'm doing the podcast through this app website called Riverside FM, and it does. It does all the acoustics. I am eventually going to get a mic. I will. Um, I know you're more of a stickler than me, but it's going to do a lot in post when we're done. But I am going to eventually get a mic and maybe a different camera. But I just kind of got to get the ball rolling and get these things plugging away. Yeah, Dangles, Tyler, you guys could come up. October's the last good weather month of the year here. So, dude, Thomas, my buddy Marty, who moved out to Nebraska, him and his son did. I've been riding with Marty since the 80s. Gnarly old vert dude. He's 57, 58 now, 56. And his son rides nowhere. His son's name's Austin. But Marty goes down to St. Louis for work like every 2 weeks. He's been riding with McCoy at that one park with like the 9 foot quarter. But he says they went and got a session on that vert ramp. And Marty's like, oh, I haven't ridden I mean, when you go to a 12-foot vert ramp, if you haven't ridden one for a while, uh, it's definitely humbling sometimes. But he's been going out there and riding and stuff. You guys should link up sometime. He's super cool dude. Uh, I can tell you who the next podcast guest is, and it's going to be kind of my tester one. I don't want to say the others. I have people that said they'll do it, but I want to make sure it's done before we do it. But the first one I'm gonna be doing, just kind of test out the video thing, and it's gonna, I think, be a good one. Is Jared Sony. 168 hours in a week. Yeah. Somehow I feel like I could definitely deal with about 100 and maybe 230 would be nice. But yeah, we're gonna record this first podcast early next week. Okay, we'll talk more because you're all this stuff. You know me, Dangles. I just get stuff going and rock with it, but I don't know all. I don't pay attention to all the tech stuff. Do-do-do. I'm barely getting over coping. I mean, vert sometimes getting over coping and people, it's not vert's weird. It's like when you're riding the ramp, like especially when I was younger, it was like we were like you kind of earned a foot a year if you were riding it a bunch. Riding those big ramps, 12's kind of a weird size, but like I know when you went to 12 and a half, 13, they don't even really ride right until you hit 5 feet of air on them because you're not going fast enough to make the ramp feel good. Yeah, dude, I think the Jared one's going to be great. He's got such a rich BMX history. You know, he's the editor of Ride for a while. He grew up with a bunch of iconic riders. I think it should be fun. Yeah, the higher up it gets easier. Yeah, Tyler. I mean, anything can be terrifying. Like, I honestly am terrified more of like 5 foot quarters and below. I feel like when you wreck on those, you just go straight to flat. So we'll see if that shoulder works out and if he wants to. Dude, so what's funny is I've had like 5 people. Like we got 6 or 7 of the frames. I think S&M just re-up. So if anybody does want an REA frame, hit me up. I'll get you one. But I've had a few. I've had you, my buddy Matt, who rides with RA. I think you guys see him in the videos. He got an RA frame. We sent one to somebody in Utah. Anyway, I've had a few people, and they're just everybody is saying that frame ride's really good. I mean, it's kind of doing what it says. Is it kind of you can ride everything on it, uh, and people seem hyped on it. Yeah, so. Well, Tyler, just ride the way you want to ride. I mean, just BMX. It's like you don't have to go get down the 8 foot bowl. You can just smash on your bike, and as long as you're smiling and you're having fun on it, you know. I mean, dude, sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, "Phew." I know my super pushing it days are behind me. I mean, sometimes your pride makes you not want to say that, but hopefully there's still a little bit more pushing. But there's no shame in it. Just enjoy your bike and enjoy your time on your bike with your friends. Yeah, Kid Wilson, we talked about that earlier in the video. Yeah, Sal that did a lot of SE bikes did the first run. They're doing them right now. When the video's done, if you want to back up, uh, there's a whole little part where we talk about it. So 27.5 seems fine for you, Kurt. Do you like a bigger bike? I mean, that seems good for your height. Dude, to be honest, sometimes I just like going in the park and watching the homies ride, watching the young dudes ride. You're still enjoying BMX. You're still part of the scene. Dude, there's nothing, you're not doing anything wrong at all. Uh, CX, Arya's tried riding flat. To be honest, I think that's his kryptonite. I've tried teaching him hang fives and a few other things. And that is definitely his kryptonite. He's like, I know he's like, I wish I could learn some basic flatland tricks. Um, but I mean, he can do like, which is almost flatland nowadays. You can do so many half cab, fakie. He can fakie manual to fakie stuff that I guess some people would consider flat, but it kind of translates in the street more. But if you were having a flat session, he could get in there and do stuff. But he's not gonna pull out some mega spins or pull a hang five into a circle, or maybe do a couple squeakers or anything. It kind of depends on what's wrong with the seat being repairable. I mean, you can rewrap them, but if the rail's ripped out or something, it's pretty much DOA. Well, you don't have to be brakeless with the dangles. You can put them on. Yeah, I mean, Kurt, I ride a 21-inch top tube. So does RA ride brakes? He puts them on sometimes. I've seen him put them on for big trails. When he does race occasionally, I mean, obviously he'll have brakes. Um, I think like sometimes when he's hurt or coming off an injury, he'll put brakes on so he can just mess around some brake tricks and do some lip tricks. So yeah, I mean, I'd say he rides brakes 20% of the time. Yeah, I mean, he has this black. Well, he's trying to get away from having that black magic as like his brake trail bike. That he wants this bike to be where he can kind of ride everything on it. He did talk about maybe next year or something if they ever revamp it. He talked about making the back end a tiny bit longer. Um, I think he just likes a longer back end. And he was like, I wish I could have just made the back end a tiny bit longer. So yeah. Oh, they for sure do, Kid Wilson. Yeah. He definitely can pick up any bike and shred it. I mean, I've definitely seen it. I mean, he went out to the mini ramp behind the shop and rode it on my 88 Redline RL20B and was like ripping on it. Hot take. I think it counts, but lots of things can count and not be pretty. Um, I mean, the only time I've landed tail whips, and this was in the mid 90s, was tail whip and frame. People hate on that, but in my head, I'm like, I pulled a tail whip. I mean, here's the thing. If you're a top pro and you're catching cranks and doing all this nasty stuff, you might be in a position to get called out. But if you're just a homie on the weekend ripping and doing some tail whips and you catch cranks or land frame and pedal, who cares? You know? So when you do a longer stem, your whole steering changes on your bike. It will give you more cockpit room, but it's definitely not the same as having a longer frame. And a layback seat post is just going to give you more cockpit room. You got to think your stance is where your feet are hitting your bottom bracket and where you're grabbing the bars. That is your stance. All the layback seat post can do is give you more room in the cockpit, more room to twist a turn down, that seat being out of the way. And that longer stem does make steering a bit weird. I have a I I do. I think I do. If you want to call me tomorrow, Thomas, I'm not open tomorrow. If you want to hit me up Tuesday, I think I have a tree sprocket. I've got 27 tooth alive sprockets. I think I sold all the solid repop sprockets we got, but I may have a 30 and something else. I'd have to just look through the stack. I don't think it falls on the same line of tricks as resi versus wood or dirt. No, it just maybe it falls in the same line as like a bow-legged tabletop to one with your knees over. They're both awesome, but most people prefer knees over, Tree makes great parts, yeah. Bar update. So the whole thing with Chris and having cancer is kind of balled up this whole year. I'm just kind of leaving them alone right now. I don't want to nag them about getting bars done or anything while he's going through chemo or do any of that. If they reach back out to me, I'll move forward. But I just want to, because I was talking to Stu. Stu was talking to Moeller. Um, and we were kind of getting things figured out. But yeah, with that whole chemo thing and Mueller having cancer, it's just like I'm just gonna leave it be. If they reach out to me to move the ball forward, then I'm down to do it. I mean, dude, everybody that there's people that catch cranks that are sick, but it's still kind of fun to have fair game to make fun of them. But yeah, I mean, if you can do 14-foot airs, you might be able. You should have enough time to catch pedals too. All right, guys, I just got the call, a little tap on the ceiling that dinner's ready. So I'm gonna jump off here in a few minutes. If anybody has any extra questions or any advice or bits they want to give me for what I'm building up here, I know we talked about having this up higher. Uh, if anybody has any, advice or anything, throw it at me right now. Throw it at me. Homemade spaghetti. Homemade spaghetti is for dinner, and uh, my boo makes some amazing spaghetti, and I'm gonna go up there and get buck wild. I mean, dude, getting 6 feet, dude, is I mean, right for me nowadays, if I get 6 feet, I'm hyped. Yeah, I could, and the one I do it, I could have a green screen. I just think they look kind of weird. I mean, I could do it. I just kind of like it when it's more natural in the back. Maybe I will put black curtains or something until I get this thing set up. That's a good call. I think we got some garlic bread upstairs. Dude, it smells so good right now. I'm not even gonna lie. It smells super good. So that was a sawdust bike in the thumbnail. Yes. Yes, it was Emer's. Yeah. Uh, I was thinking, I always think too many projects ahead, but I'm always dealing with these bikes and I'm like, I should just do a book. And let me know if this sounds lame. Should I just because there's always been I've seen books where they do books with just pictures of bikes, but it's always like corny bikes or stupid things. Should I do a book with like just real riders' bikes in natural positions, some vintage, modern? Is that something people would want? Would that be a good coffee table book? BMX bikes and, maybe at a park, maybe a studio shot, maybe some, would that be cool or is that just kind of boring? What do you guys think? Dangles, yep, that's exactly about what I got. I'm not putting hot sauce. Sometimes she does. That's what I was thinking, kid. Yeah, when we get the walls done, I'm gonna have some different stuff. But this first pot, I'm not. So I might just do, uh, if I can find a black sheet or something, and just hang a bike behind me. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Mid school, old school, maybe even a couple modern ones. Dangles, yeah. I green screen. I mean, I've seen sometimes okay, but sometimes it's just too much. I feel like you're focusing too much on what's behind the person. Um, all right, see you, buddy. No, I put big bikes in the book. Yeah, just real BMX bikes. So I don't know. It's something I've been thinking because I have a few photos, like that photo of Asato's bike. I have some photos of my bikes, that I've just shot for the fun that are pretty cool. So, but something where somebody could get the book and somebody that doesn't know BMX, they look at it. It's not like corny, it's not corny bikes with Chicago, bars all pushed forward or just set up weird. I agree, Emers. Yeah, just real. I don't know. Some of the Japanese Flatlanders, dude, they're dope. Hey, Dangles, I've been known to shoot a photo or two. I've been known to shoot a photo or two. All right, guys, I'm gonna roll out. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Probably next week we'll have some more movement back here. Or at least we'll have a bunch of like pallets and stuff I'll be putting together. So yeah, we'll keep making some progress. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. Tyler, thank you for tipping. You're awesome, dude. I appreciate every one of you for hanging out. So thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out in my murder basement, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.